Greetings, family and familiar. I hope everyone is having a productive weekend. Just finished work down at one of my favorite places, and I've been to a lot of port cities. Enjoy but the nighttime energy here in the Bay Area is just so incredibly enticing, and it's a good feeling knowing that there's some place that you can actually come to, relax, chill out after a long day, and kind of do your thing. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make this video because I had a very intriguing conversation with someone that I work with that moved to this country. I think it was in 2015. Yeah, something like that. And it's just interesting how people who don't have the privileges that we as Americans have, well, when I speak of privilege, I'm talking about the ability to go from the ground to the top. And he explained that to me about how difficult it is to do that in his country. And I say that to say that, I love history and statistics, and but one of the things that it's cold out here tonight, it's kind of disheartening, is when you look at the statistics involving Black people, and so one of the things that really it just bothers me, sickens me, is the fruitless arguments that our brothers and some of our sisters are having on YouTube, on these platforms. And I'm really concerned about the fact that we're going into another season where we're spending $3 billion. I mean, look, I get it. It is true. We built the wealth here in the Western world. But if you look at our history, our people couldn't read and write, but they built the only institutions that we've ever had. It's not that we can't do it now. And I want to speak from the heart chakra, Also to my familiar who brown people, they get a bad rap too. But they do something that we don't do. They support each other, regardless to, and I tell people all the time, you could not have grown up more religious than me. Okay, who my father and mother was. You could not. But you have to put things into perspective. I think there's a big misinterpretation of the scriptures based on our people having an emotional relationship with a letter that wasn't even existing in antiquity and was created here in this country by Europeans in the 1600s, the letter J. There is no personality in history with that name. So my big thing is, okay, a lot of us are stuck on stupid for whatever reason. But let's teach the kids something different. Because these people that are coming to this country, they're not playing. They're teaching their kids the reality of truth. Okay, we're the only ones still stuck on these Santa Claus fantasies, okay? Now, $3 billion during this season. Do you know how many black schools and institutions can be built with that money? We don't need the government for that. Yes, they owe us land, and stop asking for cash money, okay? We need land, because land is the foundation of capitalism. And a shout out to our brother, Dr. Claude Anderson, who has already set, along with a lot of other people, the blueprint. But when you go online, okay, let me tell you what my friend told me today. When they go online to shop, they look strictly for Indian businesses. They don't go online to shop from India. When Chinese people go online, they look for Chinese businesses first. When Latino people, who I know very well, that's part of my family and diaspora, they look for Latino businesses. What's wrong with you? You are the greatest consumers in the Western world. What's wrong with you going online and looking? Okay, yeah, a lot of the issues with service and customer service and all that stuff happens because of the loopholes, you know. And I've been in business for 8 years. I've had 2 failed businesses, and I'm currently trying to keep this one afloat. Well, what you call fail, I don't call it fail. But you know what's interesting is our people are the only people. It's beautiful out here, right? And you know, I always struggle with this because I don't want to sound like I'm preaching to our people. No one has suffered and been through what we've been through. But it's time even nature teaches us, okay, that you have to shed leaves. Okay, you have to shed leaves for new leaves to grow. And we've tried all of these things. We've tried their religion. We've tried their education. We've tried their capitalistic system where we work for them and produce it. But what do we have? According to Dr. Anderson, we still own less than 1/2 or 1% of the wealth in this country, with the greatest nation on the planet. This isn't. And then we have $3 trillion in wealth. It's time to stop blaming other people. I tell you what, when you go online, look for the Academy of Netter One, LLC. My website is Natureversity Natureversity, not one. Natureversity.onuniverse.com. And when you look on there, look at what I'm trying to do. You know, the other thing is, we hold each other to these absurd standards. If you look at institutions and things that are built through great trials and tribulations and struggles. So let's stop trying this moralistic, ethical BS to hold people to standards that we know that are hypocritical. And let's begin to now build solid economic relationships, because it's about social economics, whether you want to face that or not. You can run to all the malls you want to. You can keep ordering from these companies that have no intent on doing anything to uplift black people. Okay? You have to accept that we are at war. Now, these entities that are warring against us is because we are the original seed on the planet. This is And this is what nature teaches us. So, a shout out to everyone. I wanted to make this video tonight. Normally I do it with the studio of the Academy of Nature, but I wanted to do it tonight. I wanted to do it on a Saturday night, and I wanted to do it here where you see the beautiful view of San Francisco, Oakland, or beyond the bridge, and the Bay Area is beautiful. It really reminds me of home and a lot of other port cities that are really, really great. So I'm glad I reached out to you. I'm going to be busy over the next 30 days producing our children's book, our game, and our animation series. And I've learned so much from this experience that I don't know why. Our people are very selfish now. It's not about, it's because you've been taught through Hollywood that fame and fortune is something to be proud of. But the thing is we have the capacity to build. We just have to change the way. And one of my favorite people said that if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, and that's true. Stop looking at, if this is what makes you angry, a black man trying to move his culture forward, then I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Is that we have the power to do it. We just have to, and I'll end on this, all other groups practice group economics. I'm not saying they don't spend money with other groups, but 90% of their money is spent with their own people. What's wrong with you? It's nothing wrong. It's a Chinatown in every major city. And what I've learned from my familia is they bopping in every city and state. I mean, come on now. Come on. Okay. We have some of the most brilliant minds. We know what they're trying to do with our young people, with what they're trying to get them to put out here. But we don't have to live by that. So I have faith in our people. We can't spend $3 billion in Christmas time. We cannot do that this year. Find black, okay, you might have to deal with, like I said, some shortages, and let's not be so quick to call people scamming. I faced some issues too, even though I wasn't behind it, but I was dealing with a friend of mine, and he was having a lot of issues with importing and exporting. And so we have to comprehend what we're up against. But most of all, we must spend our money with each other.